Fellow brothers and guests, I am Tim Getty, Beta Alpha 001. I want to thank you for providing me with this opportunity to speak with you this evening. 50 years ago, when 13 men started Kappa Xi as the first fraternity on the Angelo State College campus, we did so as trailblazers and dreamers. This evening, I would like to tell you a little bit about how it all started and why my initiate number is number 1. In September of 1966, I was helping then Dean of Men Sid Stevenson create a student handbook for our new college. In our many talks, the concept of having fraternities came up in our discussions, but there was some concern about how then President Dr. Raymond Cavness would react. Back in those days, you see, the standing joke was we were Cavness Christian College. In any event, Dean Stevenson liked the idea of having fraternities. So we visited with then Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Ole Cawthon, who encouraged us to start a fraternity because he thought it would be good for campus student life. The next step was the hard part. Dean Stevenson and Dr. Cawthon went with me, but I had to present the idea to Dr. Cavness. Dr. Cavness had some concerns, but after promising him that our fraternity would emphasize leadership and scholarship, he gave his blessing to our idea and we were off. Dean Stevenson and I then got together and we selected men from each class who represented both leadership and scholarship. And they became the first 13 founding fathers. If you look at those 13 men, you will find they were class presidents, leaders, they were diverse in background and academic achievements. Our first meeting was held in a classroom in the main administration building on the evening of November 6, 1966. While I had the pleasure of guiding this group, Dean Stevenson encouraged me to create a strong group and get everyone to assume ownership, which we did. At the time, since none of us had been in a fraternity, we only had our friends who were national fraternities at other campuses to visit and get ideas to help us with, including the men from campuses at University of Texas and Southern Methodist University. We quickly determined we needed to expand our group of 13 during a period when other campus groups, such as Circle K, were adding members. So our 13 members held a few smokers and visited with men who were interested in joining our group. Surprisingly, quite a few men attended our events, and from this group we selected 7 men who fit into our fledgling group, and they joined us that December. As a sidebar, a lot of the other men went on to form the second fraternity on the Angelo State College campus. That first year was exciting as we crafted a constitution, designed a logo, established traditions, and developed ideas to recognize our members. 2 awards were established and were given out during those early years, but I understand they have been lost over the years. In any event, there was the Timothy J. Getty Award for Leadership and the Gus Clemens Award for Academic Achievement. Gus crafted our first constitution and bylaws, and he was and still is one of the smartest men I know. During the summer of 1967, several of us visited national fraternities at several college campuses, including the Lambda Chi Alpha chapter at Southern Methodist University. If I recall correctly, it was Gus Clemens, Wayne Lenefelt, and myself who visited, and we met longtime fraternity executive director George Spazek, with whom we became great friends. Brother Spazek and several of the brothers spent quite a bit of time with us and shared with us what fraternity was all about. It was very clear that while we had created Kappa Xi from nothing, that we had created a fraternity that closely resembled and supported the values of Lambda Chi Alpha. From that point, Brother Spazek provided us with suggestions and guidance to fine-tune our fraternity, and advised us that it was important to show our fraternity could have a transition of officers to display our leadership capabilities. As the fall of 1967 began, we conducted our first full-scale rush to expand our fraternity, and Drex Vincent became my little brother. Drex went on to become a very active member of our fraternity, both as an active member and alumni, for which I'm very proud. At the end of the semester of 1967, we elected new officers, and Gus Clemens was elected president. During this time, we continued to explore our national opportunities with various fraternities when we were invited by Lambda Chi Alpha to colonize, and we accepted. In the spring of 1968, fraternity brothers from the University of North Texas and the University of Texas at Austin, along with George Spazek, came to San Angelo, and Kappa Xi became the Beta Alpha colony of Lambda Chi Alpha. We also elected a new president to head our fraternity, and Dennis Cohen was elected the first president of Lambda Chi Alpha. Dennis has been a member of the seven men that we added in December of 1966, and has been a strong supporter of the fraternity ever since. I'm so proud that since those early days in 1966, when we only had 13 members, our fraternity has initiated nearly 700 men, and despite ups and downs, has survived and remains the oldest fraternity on the campus of Angelo State University. I've been very fortunate to meet many of you, either in person or as friends on Facebook. We recently celebrated the 50th anniversary of the founding of Kappa Xi, and will soon celebrate the 50th anniversary as the Beta Alpha chapter of Lambda Chi Alpha, which was founded in 1909. Now, as we prepare to celebrate the 50th year of us becoming a colony of Lambda Chi Alpha in 2018 and a chapter in 2020, it is more important than ever that we keep our chapter strong, both financially and in the strength of our associates. Those of us who have gone before must provide help and guidance to the active chapter in a way that promotes their own leadership and abilities to lead our chapter, our Beta Alpha chapter, for the next 50 years. I realize that without the hard work and dedication of so many of my brothers, we would not be here tonight. Many of us in that original group developed friendships that are now over 50 years old, and many of you here tonight are developing those same bonds. Making a fraternity great takes a lot of work and dedication from our brothers in time and money. It is not an easy task. I am so proud that a great friend is one of those brothers who has worked tirelessly to keep our fraternity active and afloat over the years. 49 years ago, I met a man we once called Dickie. Indeed, Dick Robertson has spent a lifetime supporting our fraternity through both good and bad times. While there are also others who have played significant roles, I want to personally recognize and thank Dick Robertson for everything he has done for our fraternity and what I know he will continue to do in the future. Thank you again for allowing me to speak to you tonight.